Hey gamers, this is Critical Redemption here, once again with a return of reviews and everything to come. I apologize for not being around for 2 to 3 months due to real life and work, but I am back and more pumped than ever to review for you guys. So, with that being said, let's get into my new review of Batman Arkham Knight for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. This game came out June 23rd of 2015. Rocksteady's last Batman game in the Arkham trilogy. This game's rated M for mature, published by WB Games, and you will be the Batman. So with that being said, let's get into this review. So the game starts off with, basically it's the end of Arkham Knight. Batman marks the end of the era of Rocksteady Studios and the final trilogy of Batman Arkham games from the developer. So this is the last Batman game from Rocksteady. The series debuted back in 2009. Batman Arkham Asylum hasn't been any game based on any comic book character that has been as well realized as the Batman Arkham games. I'm telling you, Rocksteady has nailed it with the Batman. Putting you in the shoes of the Cape Crusader with the gadgets, the power, the world you expect. Rocksteady Studios has always nailed the core pillars with the Arkham games, and that's what I love about it, guys. The Arkham games are huge part of video game. It basically brought back the Batman from Batman Dark Tomorrow. If you guys remember that, I reviewed that a few months ago. They craft beautiful environments with incredible attention to detail. Also, let's talk about the combat. The combat is thunderous and fast. You will be punching guys from to the face to the bottom of their chest. You will be punching them, sending them flying to the walls, and then your finishing moves are unbelievable. Unbelievable. Every piece of Batman lore are strained throughout the world of Gotham. You get to finally ride in Gotham City, and Riddler and his challenges once again return. And also, let's talk about dual gameplay. Dual gameplay combat. Basically, what dual gameplay combat consists of Batman fighting a whole bunch of foes and thugs, Arkham Knight's foes, but at the same time, you could press a trigger on the button, I think it's L1, and you automatically switch to Nightwing. You could use Catwoman or Robin, and they can assist you, it's kind of like multiplayer, but you're playing by yourself. That's a cool part of the thing, of the game that I really liked. And Arkham Knight shortly picks up after the events of Arkham City, where I think after the Joker dies, you clearly see in the beginning of the game, even E3 stated that the Joker is dead. They make this clear in the beginning of the game with some Frank Sinatra music, which is pretty, I got you under my skin. So the Joker is dead. I won't say any spoilers because I'm not like that. Also, the huge deal that everyone wanted in the last Arkham game was the Batmobile. And we finally got the Batmobile. Batman's Batmobile also turns into a tank. You hold the L2 trigger and automatically the Batmobile transforms into this huge freaking tank. The downside about the tank is, throughout the gameplay in the campaign, you are forced to use the tank in battle mode a lot. And it gets kind of repetitive at the same time, but also at the same time, driving the Batmobile is fantastic. I'm telling you, you press the triangle button, if that's on PS4, and you literally hold it down, your ignition in the Batmobile just sends you flying. It's ridiculous. The core of Arkham Knight is not huge from the previous games. Like I said, the Batmobile is the most powerful ally in this game. However, there have most certainly been some changes in this game, and I'll get into that right away. The biggest of which is the inclusion of the Batmobile, like I said, but Batmobile manages to avoid feeling like a gimmick. But fans of the previous games, it will take some getting used to, because this is new. Batman uses the iconic vehicle in a number of ways, like puzzles, engine in a battle, and to get the hero out of tight situations, which is fantastic. You could fluidly transition between being in and out of the car, and you could call the car at will wherever you want. You press L1, the car will come from blocks away and come and take Batman in, and you will be in the Batmobile. Also, Batman, if he's in trouble, you could use your gadgets, the gadget system, and you could remote control the Batmobile to find some way to save Batman, which is fantastic. While combat is still mostly rooted in the acclaim system from Asylum and City, Arkham Knight's hand-to-hand action has seen changes as well. And there's a number of new enemy types that will require relearning from mastery, but brutality is still remain of this game. Batman hits hard, transitions from opponent to opponent with grace in combat, and he has such a rhythm that it's unmatched by the many other games that have been tried by Rocksteady. Also, the identity of the Arkham Knight, I will not say who it is. I still myself know who it is, but I'm surprising myself because I haven't beat the game yet. But I will not spoil it for anyone. You will find out playing 11 hours into the game, and you will be surprised to know who it is. That's all I will say. Dual takedowns is a particular interesting inclusion to the core combat system, which I was explaining earlier. One that doesn't break the flow of the action, but one that also transfers back and forth between characters in the process, which I really like. Arkham Knight's many features also funnel back into channeling the power of Batman to the player. This time they concentrate more on Bruce Wayne and Batman than they did in previous games. Since this is the last Batman game from the Arkham trilogy, not including Batman Arkham Origins, but they focused on Bruce Wayne a lot, which I really liked. Batman Arkham Knight's gameplay and narrative is so tightly wound that sometimes you forget it's such an impressive presentation. Now let's get to the voice acting. The voice acting is fantastic. You have Kevin Conroy coming back as the Batman. He has been playing Batman for over 20 years. And also, Troy Baker plays Two-Face. You have Nolan North returning as the Penguin. Also, Arkham Knight is played by Troy Baker as well. The man who plays Scarecrow, fantastic. The way they did everything for the Scarecrow and the Arkham Knight teaming up on Halloween night is fantastic. Everything about this game, it's so dark, and I could see why Rocksteady did the rating for M, for mature and 17+. Everything about this game is good. The music, the soundtrack, the graphics. Even when you're gliding throughout Gotham City, you see the rain pouring down on Batman's cape, dripping off his cowl. It's just fantastic. The new suit is awesome. You get the suit in the beginning of the game. You start off with the regular Arkham City suit, but just the way you get it. Lucius Fox is in this game. He helps you with your gadgets. Alfred's in this game. He sends you a lot of tips and tricks on how to get through certain points of the game. Also, Barbara Gordon, Commissioner Gordon. Commissioner Gordon plays a huge part and role in this game. I won't get into it, but just the whole thing about this game is fantastic. The only thing I would have to say that's negative is some of the gameplay with the Batmobile. The verdict: Rocksteady Studios leaves Batman behind at the top of their game in terms of visual presentation, gameplay, and storytelling. We may never see another series that captures the essence of the superhero so perfectly. And this, oh my god, being such a Batman fan is so awesome. While Arkham Knights have a few impactful and smart things wrong with it, it also works towards the common goal of giving the player the ultimate power fantasy of being the Batman. Pros and cons to this game. The pros: constantly thrilling Batman gameplay, superb graphics and art production, compelling storyline, and also Gotham has never looked so beautiful and better. The cons: the Batmobile battles can get boring, and sometimes when these tanks are attacking you, the Arkham Knights army, they will kill you constantly. It gets annoying sometimes. But other than that, everything is fantastic. I gave this game a 9.5 out of 10. Just the whole thing of the Batmobile kind of took me off a little bit, but fantastic game. This has been Critical Redemption with another video game review. I'm looking forward to doing more video games review for you guys, and I'll be seeing you guys soon. Critical Redemption out.